Okay, this is the residue from Ray's Juneau, Alaska placer gold, and I boiled it in aqua regia, and the solution does not appear to have any precious metals in it. If I take the get a sample here on a piece of paper, some filter paper, put some stannous on it, get zero reaction, nothing. Alright, I boiled Ray's residue in some more aqua regia. I took a stannous test of the filtered solution to double check and make sure there was no precious metals in solution, and the test was negative. No precious metals in solution. So this would lead me to believe that I've extracted all the precious metals out of that residue. Now the thing that got me was this zero reaction. There should be at least a trace of gold in there from the some detectable traces of gold from the refining operation that we didn't get completely out of there. And this filter paper with stannous on it says there's absolutely zero. So that's suspicious to me. I did test this solution here for iron and found iron in this solution. So what we could have is some base metals in here, and those base metals, what they'll do is they'll cement out the gold just as fast as it dissolves, and it'll come right back out of solution as a solid, so that when you go to stick your stannous test piece in there, the test piece will come back as negative with the stannous chloride test, because the gold is cemented back out and it's still a solid in the filter, not in the solution. So I'm going to boil this again and see if we can get some gold out of this. It might be hiding some gold. Okay, this may be difficult to understand. It was for me when I first started doing this refining stuff. The reactivity series of metals is something that we must be familiar with if we're going to refine these precious metals. What's happening is, if there is base metals present in that residue, then the gold, as soon as it dissolves in the aqua regia, when it comes in contact with those base metals, it cements right back out of solution as a solid gold brown powder, and then it goes back into solution, comes out of solution, goes back into solution, comes out of solution. It will keep doing that until all the base metals get completely dissolved out of that residue. And so what we're going to do is we're going to put this residue in some more aqua regia and see if we can get all the base metals dissolved. Then, and only then, will the gold stay in solution. Then we can filter out the residue, capture the gold in solution, and precipitate it. And I'm going to try to do that for you right now. Okay, to see if we got any gold in these this filter residue here, I'm going to take the residue, filter and everything, and I'm going to put it back in the beaker here. I'm going to fill the beaker up here to about the 75 ml level with hydrochloric acid. I'm going to set this over here on the heat and do another aqua regia treatment to see if we can get any gold to go into solution. You just seen there was no gold in solution with the first aqua regia boil, but I'm suspecting that to still contain gold, and so we're going to find out with another aqua regia treatment. That's about 1.5 ml. We'll see what we get out of that. I just added the nitric. I'm going to swirl this up a little bit to mix it up. And then I'm going to stick a filter paper in there and get a little bit of the liquid on a filter paper here. Just a little bit of it. And now we're going to repeat the stannous test here. And still got nothing. going to add another 1.5 ml of nitric acid here. That's a total of 3 in there so far. The solution's been on there cooking now for about 5 minutes. I'm going to reach down and get a little bit of the solution. Put it on a filter paper here. And now what I'll do is put some stannous on it. And bang! We got gold now. Okay, what's happened now, I put 3 ml of concentrated nitric acid in there with the 75 ml of hydrochloric acid. And what happened was we formed a strong enough solution of aqua regia to get the base metals to dissolve and go into solution. Now there's nothing there. The gold went into solution along with the base metals. But now there's no base metals in there and nothing for the gold to cement out onto. So now the gold is going to stay in solution, and now I can get it out. Okay, we got the solution now with the gold in it. I'm going to filter it. There's a bunch of crap in there. I don't know what that is. It foamed up real good while I was heating it. Just filter this all out and see if we can extract some of the gold from it. Now I'm going to get a sample of the drop of this liquid coming out of here on a filter paper. And we'll put some stannous on this. And lo and behold, we've got gold in solution where we didn't have it before. I've got the solids rinsed out in this funnel now. There's just water coming out of the bottom. I'm going to add the solution here to this beaker. And then what we're going to do now is add some sodium metabisulfite to this solution, see if we can get any gold to drop out. I definitely got some gold here. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to pour this solution off. It's got a yellowish tint to it. I think that's probably just iron. I'm going to go ahead and pour this in my stock pot. And we'll try to get the gold out into a filter paper and melt it up. Looks like a couple tenths maybe. I'm not even going to bother to put this in a filter here. I'm just going to get it down into this melt dish here, and I'm going to melt it right like it is. Down in there. Before I put some heat on this, I don't want to boil that solution and spatter everything everywhere, so I'm going to go ahead and draw some of the solution out with a pipette here. I'm going to put some heat on it and melt it up into a little button. like this was less than 2 hours work here. It was well worth it, I think. Put that little bead there that we got, 0.3 of a gram. Yeah, it was worth the effort to go ahead and go after that. There may be a little bit more in that residue, but not much more. I'll probably just add that to my gold filters for later processing. And this, what we'll do is put this little BB here, we'll put this in the next batch of carat scrap that I refine. Alright, this will conclude the supplementary video of Ray's Juneau Alaskan Fine Placer Gold. I was able to extract another 0.3 of a gram of pure gold out of that residue. It was very easy to have just thrown that in with my filters for later refining. Something struck me, something moved me to go ahead and investigate whether or not there might be some more gold. It was hard to tell. And there's no substitute for experience. I've had this happen before where it appeared that all the gold had been extracted and there was some more to get. And so I went ahead and processed that and showed that in the video. Okay, I hope I've shown how important it is to understand the reactivity series of metals. It can hide gold from you. Ray says I can keep this 0.3 gram BB. Add this to the previous yield of 16.9 and we got 17.2 grams of pure gold out of Ray's Alaskan Fine Placer Gold. This will conclude the supplemental video. Thanks for watching.